everybody, Jessica here. I use she, her pronouns. And this class today, this practice is going to be a nice, gentle yet warming practice. And it's really just designed for creating space when you're feeling sad. If you are grieving, maybe the loss of a relationship or a job or anything else, so many things that make us feel that way. Or maybe you're heartbroken or you're just really going through something. This class is going to give you space to breathe and move through that energy with me. We are going to be moving dynamically through the practice, so we'll be building a little bit of heat, but it's not going to be very intense, I promise you. And we don't really need any props for this class. I use a blanket to sit on for the seated portion, so you can do the same. Otherwise, just bring yourself and we'll get started seated, so I'll see you in just a moment. Hi everybody. So for our class today, we're gonna start seated. So find a comfortable seat. I have a blanket here that I like to fold up to give it a few inches, and I like to bring that under my sits bones. I find that that helps me to sit up nice and tall with some comfort. So I encourage you to try the same. I'll just find whatever seat feels comfortable. If you like to have your legs crossed, if that feels good for you, we can do that, or you can bring the soles of the feet together or extend the legs out. And let's just start to come into our breath here. We'll start with our eyes closed. Just to find some awareness in the body, physically, mentally, emotionally. Just take a moment here to take stock. And to really push any thoughts that might come flooding in off to the side, just to give ourselves some space to move through our body today. Notice any places on your body that feel sensation as we rest, any parts of the body that are kind of calling out for attention. And just take a few more moments to kind of hold space for whatever it is you're holding on to physically. And then we can start to blink the eyes open here and deepen the breath. Maybe bring the gaze down right in front of you. Relax the face, relax the eyes. And invite a softness or sense of relaxation in the body as you inhale in. Giving that space and breath to navigate through. And sink into that heaviness, that sense of gravity grounding you down on the exhale, making you feel a little bit heavier, a little more rooted down. And we'll maintain this deep breath, and we're looking for a comfortable rhythm. One that we can maintain throughout our practice. And keep the breath moving. Let's take 3 more breaths, and these 3 breaths together, let's have an audible exhale to let go of anything that's bubbled up to the surface for us. Inviting a sense of restoration and relaxation in. One more just like that. the eyes if you're not already there. Let's bring our hands over our heart space. So maybe you sandwich your hands on top of each other. Just take a moment here to set an intention to be aware and to allow the energy, the feelings, the emotion to flow through you as they rise. You don't have to hold anything back here. Give yourself that space to really indulge in this human experience. Very nice. Let's start to release the hands either down into the lap, onto the knees, or down onto the ground. And we're gonna start to find some movement in the body here. So think of just kind of hinging towards the middle of the body at the hips and kind of finding some little circles here. You can start off really slow and just see how you feel. And switch directions with each turn. So we go one way in one direction and then switch it to the other direction. And then maybe I start to make those circles a little bit bigger as we get used to the sensation, as the body releases a little bit. And you can use your hands on your legs, on the knees to kind of help anchor you down here. Just find some nice circles here, maybe getting into the low back or the side body. You might even feel yourself in the shoulders a little bit here. A few more circles here. We'll start to make our way back to center. Reach the fingertips out to the ground here. Big inhale, flip the palms up, reach the arms up. Exhale, fingertips down, chin down. I'm gonna move that through that a few more times. Inhaling, rise up, gaze comes up. And exhale, sink down. Remember, you set the pace of our movement in this class and in every time we move together. If you want to spend a little bit more time in one place or find a different variation than I'm offering, then that's absolutely fine. I am just here to guide you. Ultimately, this is your practice, your journey. Find one more here. And exhale, hands to heart center. Sitting up nice and tall. Tuck that chin a little bit so that the back of the neck is nice and long and the top of the head points straight up. Find that rhythm of breath again and let it be a conduit to move this energy that you're feeling through you. And let this breath be a metaphor for the fact that things never stay the same. There's a rise, a peak, and a fall of all things. So whatever you're going through right now is just creating space for something else to come through. And find some comfort in understanding that it will not be forever. Release the hands here and let's transition to tabletop, hands and knees. So if your knees are tender, be mindful of that. Bring a blanket or even a pillow under the knees just to take some of that sensation away. If you have a garden, I'm not sure what they're called, but those little foam patches that you use for gardening, that is an amazing prop as well that you can bring into your yoga practice. So On hands and knees, we want the fingertips splayed out. We want the palms to be as wide as the shoulders are broad. Knees are about 1 or 2 fist width distances apart, and we have some space in the torso. So the hands are at least under the shoulders and maybe walked forward a little bit more. As you see mine are, I think they're slightly forward than being right under the shoulders. So gaze is down. Again, that neck is long. And we're going to breathe through a cat-cow. And on the exhale, we're going to press back to a child's pose. So start with an inhale, drop the belly down, arms are still strong. Tailbone comes up, chest comes up, gaze comes up. So we're kind of creating a upside down arch in the spine. And on the exhale, we'll find a traditional arch in the spine. Tuck the tailbone in, chin to chest, and then press the hips back towards the heels. Palms remain rooted down, arms are strong. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat, and press back on that same exhale. So find this movement and make it as fluid as you'd like. A few more like this, warming up the body, moving with the breath. And let's hold this extended child's pose for a few breaths. So on your last round, hold it here. Press the hips back towards the heels, even if they're not reaching the heels. Just kind of press back in that direction. Use the palms to press the body back. Relax the neck and the head down towards the mat. Feel that breath navigating through the back of your body, the back of the rib cage, the lower back, the sacrum. Very nice. Let's inhale and rock back up to tabletop position. We're gonna make our way off the mat from here. So you can just kind of kneel up and find your way up to a forward fold, or you can find a downward dog with me. Curl the toes under if you're finding the downward dog. Take a big inhale, and we're going to press the weight forward, lift the knees up, and shift the weight back towards the heels. Pedal it out for a few breaths. Drop the head down. Bend through the knees, maybe step the feet out wide here. Walk the hands back. Wide leg forward fold here. So you can keep a bend in the knees, or you can lengthen through the legs and draw the head down. Let gravity pull you down to the ground here as we take a few more breaths. Inhale, release the hands from the ground or from your legs. Swoop the arms back. Bend through the knees. Lift all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's step the feet in together here. Tuck the chin. Back of the neck is nice and long. Find some stillness here. Feel that breath moving through you. Very nice. Drop the hands here, blink the eyes open, and let's step towards the front of the mat here. You're going to get into a little standing Vinyasa sequence. So we'll start towards the top of the mat here, and we're going to come into a warrior one. So we'll step the right foot back. And the right foot is at an angle, so maybe a 45-ish degree angle. We want the hips to be squared off towards the front of the mat, and we're gonna bend into that front knee and bring the arms up. Tuck the chin, neck is long, press into that back heel, sit into that front thigh. Inhale here, and then exhale, we're gonna start to fold forward here. Drop the arms and the head down. Let the body rest on the thigh here. Inhale, press up through that front thigh and the front heel. Exhale, fold forward. Maybe swoop the arms back. Inhale, press into that front leg. Back leg is strong. Reach up. One more time. Exhale, fold forward. Get nice and stable through the feet. Press up through the legs. Reach up. Hands to heart center here. Let's step towards the front. 1 or 2 big steps. Back in our Tadasana, drop the hands down to the sides, tuck the chin, close the eyes, take a big breath. Sigh it out. Left leg steps back, warrior 1. Take your time, get your grounding together. Bend into that front knee. Arms lift up, big inhale here. Exhale, fold over, swoop those arms back. Inhale, reach up nice and slow. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, hands to heart center. Step through, close the eyes, tuck the chin. Find your mountain pose, release the hands down to the sides. Hands to the body here. Left hand over the heart center, right hand over the middle of the body. Connect with the rhythm of your heartbeat. Maybe you can feel it now. Maybe you're aware of it now. And breathe through that energy. Again, checking in with yourself, letting yourself be present, letting yourself feel. Really cultivating a sense of compassion and tenderness with the self through the breath, through the thoughts, through this movement. One more breath here. Exhale, release the hands, blink the eyes open. Inhale, arms up, upward salute. Exhale, fold, forward fold. Halfway lift, long spine, gazes down. Exhale, melt down. Inhale, chair pose. So from the fold, swoop the arms back and bend into the knees as you lift the chest and the arms up. Find a little seat here. Squeeze those thighs together. And the next inhale, press all the way up, upward salute, maybe a back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, release the hands. We're going to step back for a dynamic warrior 2 now. So right foot steps back, and the knife edge of the right foot is parallel with the short edge of the mat. Front knee is bent, hips are squared off towards me this time. Reach the fingertips in opposite directions. Try to relax the shoulders down and use the wrists and the fingers to reach out here. Big inhale. Flip the palms up, bring the arms together like you're holding a ball here. And exhale, extended side angle with the arms extended. Start to tilt towards the front thigh. Come back up. Exhale, tilt backwards. Inhale up. Exhale, tilt forward, hold that ball. Inhale up. Exhale back. Keep bent in that front knee. Inhale up. Exhale, arms out for warrior 2. Inhale, hands come to the waist. 1 or 2 steps forward. Shake out the leg for just a moment. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift on the inhale. Long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Swoop the arms back, up, find your seat here. And on the next inhale, lift all the way up. Find a back bend if you'd like. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release the hands here. Take a breath. And on your next inhale, we'll find warrior two on the other side. So left leg steps back this time. Right knee is bent. Hips are squared off. Arms reach. Flip the palms up here. Big inhale. Draw those arms together. And on the next inhale, reach forward. Pass that ball forward. Exhale. Back to center. Inhale, reach the ball back. Back to center. Forward. Moving as slowly and as much as you want to. This is intense, so be mindful. And inhale back to center here. Release the arms for warrior two. Hands to the waist. Exhale, step forward. Hands to heart center, close the eyes. Find a comfortable stance. Come back into that breath. Start to blink the eyes open here. Slide the palms up overhead. Big inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway left on the inhale here. Exhale, plant the hands down. Bend through the knees. Come down onto the knees or find downward facing dog. Yogi's choice. You can always take downward facing dog on the knees anytime. If you're taking the traditional sense, press one heel down and bend the opposite knee, and then reverse. Drop the head down. Press the fingertips down. One more breath. And then exhale, start to slowly lower yourself down onto the knees if you're not already there. And we'll find a child's pose here. So take the knees nice and wide, create some space for your body. And how you rest in your child's pose is completely up to you. You can bring the forehead all the way down to the mat and extend the arms forward, or you can stack the forearms. You can use props. Find whatever works best for you. And we'll take a few moments to withdraw our senses. And one more breath here. And start to lift yourself up. And let's come into a seat. So extending the legs long in front of you for here. And we can take the legs a little bit wider if it's not comfortable to have them straight directly in front of you, depending on your body and your hip flexors. So if you like to have a little opening in the legs, that's fine. Let's make sure that the sits bones are connected with the earth. So if you need to move some of your thigh out of the way, rock from side to side, go ahead and do that. So find this comfortable seat. Lift the arms up here. And exhale, find a fold. Fingertips can come down to the ground. They can come to the legs. And we're not looking for intensity here, so if you do have your legs wide, you don't have to force them any wider. Just kind of settle where your body wants to be naturally without pushing it. And we'll take just a few more breaths here, letting gravity maybe pull us a little bit deeper down into this stretch. Let the back be soft. Try to pull the chest forward slightly. And then on your next inhale, start to walk your hands back into the body here. Draw the legs together if they are wide, and we're going to lower down onto our back. So come on to the back here and use your blanket if you'd like underneath the head. You can bend the knees to take some pressure off the low back. Take up whatever shape you need today. Take up all the space that you need. Let the feet fall out. Maybe rock on the back of the skull a little bit just to find a natural looseness in that area that always is tight. Soften the shoulders. And start to let the breath return back to its natural pace. Let the thoughts come and go. And just notice them. Notice how they're moving, if they're getting stuck. And step back for just a moment from engaging those thoughts. Just observe them. You can create space to just observe and not engage. We don't have to let these thoughts, these feelings consume us completely. Part of our practice is how we engage with the world around us and the world inside of us. So choosing to step back is sometimes how we hold our power and how we create our peace in our own world. We've reached the end of our practice together today. I invite you to extend your Shavasana as long as you need to, and I wish you peace and happiness in your heart, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining me.